Welcome back, pool enthusiasts, to the Only Pools podcast. I'm TK, your resident poolside philosopher and occasional lifeguard wannabe.
And I'm Brian, owner of AquaServ Pools, here to keep your pool clean and your safety in check.
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Dive into discussions, no topics too small. From kiddie pools to water parks, we cover it all. We got pool parties and cannonballs too. If it's about water, we talking to you. Interviews with experts and stories to share. From poolside barbecues to water care. We got tips and tricks to keep your pool right. Listen in the morning or at the late night. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Every last homie. Only Pools Podcast. Let's go.
Today we're talking about pool safety, because no one wants a trip to the ER while trying to perfect their cannonball.
Oh, speaking of cannonballs, don't try that without warming up first. We don't want anyone pulling a muscle doing a dive that's more of a belly flop than Olympic.
Exactly. It's important to remember that safety always comes first, even when you're trying to impress your friends with your so-called dive, TK.
All right, so first things first. Everyone should have a designated lifeguard at their pool parties. But let's be honest, if you're relying on that one guy who's already 5 beers deep to watch everyone swim, you might be in trouble.
No doubt. A real lifeguard or someone who's sober and paying attention is a must. Even if you're just hanging out at the backyard pool, accidents can happen. And it's always good to have someone watching the water.
Definitely. But here's the deal. Just because there's someone standing by with a whistle doesn't mean you're off the hook. Let's talk about supervision for kids. This one's a biggie. Always keep a close eye on little ones. No distractions, no texting, and please, no TikToks while your kid's in the pool.
And don't just rely on floaties or inflatable pool toys. They're fun, but they aren't a substitute for actual supervision. I've seen kids float right out of them when they're not being watched. It's like a real-life escape room.
That's terrifying. And when it comes to water toys, let's talk about safety. I love a good pool noodle as much as the next guy, but if you're using it to race across the pool like it's the Indy 500, that's not safe.
Yeah, and pool noodles aren't meant for high-speed chases. Use them for support, not for stunt driving.
All right, moving on. The next safety tip is a bit of a buzzkill, but hear me out. No diving in shallow water. We all love the classic diving board, but if the pool's not deep enough, diving can result in injuries, and nobody wants a face-first introduction to the pool floor.
100%. Always check the depth, and if it's a pool without a diving board, just stick to the cannonballs. They might not be as graceful, but they're a lot safer.
True. Now another thing, swim lessons. Look, I know not everyone's born with an Olympic swimmer's grace, but teaching kids and adults how to swim is a game changer for pool safety. Brian, you've got to be a big fan of swimming lessons, right?
Definitely. I've seen too many accidents happen because people don't know how to properly float or swim. If you can't swim, stay in the shallow end. And please, take those lessons. They're invaluable, and they could save a life one day. You know, I used to be a scuba instructor, and I had a student that came to me. He signed up for classes, paid for it. He did all the bookwork online ahead of time. Then he came to the lessons for scuba, and he tells me, I can't swim.
Well, you just got to dive.
You got to swim. In fact, there's a swim test in scuba when you take scuba lessons as well. So I was kind of stunned by that one. I did actually teach him how to swim.
Oh.
He was a little delayed in the class because I had to do that. That was pretty good at teacher. It only took me about half a day to get him to swim.
That's not bad. But and honestly, if you can't swim, do not. I repeat, do not try and pull off some wild pool stunt like running or jumping into the deep end or signing up for a scuba class. Unless you want to feel like you're in a real-life action movie. And trust me, that's not the kind of adventure you want.
Exactly. And another thing, don't underestimate the power of a pool cover. A pool cover is like a seatbelt for your pool. It keeps things safe when the pool is not in use, whether it's to keep kids out, pets safe, or even just keep debris from taking over your pool.
Plus, it's a good way not to walk into the pool in the middle of the night after you've had a couple too many drinks. You'll thank me later when you're not face down in the water at 3 a.m.
Definitely. And speaking of alcohol, here's a huge one. If you're drinking, always have a buddy with you. You don't want to mix swimming with a few too many beers. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, because nothing says pool party like having to call for backup when your buddy tries to do a backflip and lands on his face. Always have a buddy system in place.
Good advice. All right, TK, one last safety tip before we wrap up. Always make sure your pool chemicals are properly balanced. Unbalanced water can lead to all kinds of problems, not just with your pool's health, but with your own.
That's right, because no one wants to swim in water that could double as a science experiment. Call AquaServ to make sure everything's balanced. We know what we're doing, unlike me trying to juggle pool noodles while doing the chicken dance.
You leave the noodle juggling to the pros, TK. Well, folks, that's all for today's pool safety tips. If you remember anything, just remember, safe swimming means fun swimming.
That's right. Whether you're chilling with a cold drink or attending the break for the world record of cannonballs, keep it safe and keep it fun.
Thanks for tuning in to the Only Pools podcast. If you need any pool help, remember, we're just a call away.
Catch you next time, everyone, and catch you at the
down with
desk.
OPP, yeah, you know me. You down with OPP, yeah, you know me. You down with OPP, yeah, you know me. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. You ever go swimming, man, it's so much fun. Now we got a podcast joining everyone. Talking about pools, the stories we share. From backyard splashing to Olympic fair. We got chlorine, pH, and filter tips. Keep your pool fresh, avoiding no slips. With hosts so cool and guests so neat. We're dropping pool knowledge that it can't be beat. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. Dive into discussions, no topics too small. From kiddie pools to water parks, we cover it all. We got pool parties and cannonballs too. If it's about water, we talking to you. Interviews with experts and stories to share. From poolside barbecues to water care. We got tips and tricks to keep your pool right. Listen in the morning or at the late night. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. O is for only, the best place to be. P is for pools, come dive in with me. P is for podcast, we talking weekly. Only Pools Podcast, the one and only. Grab your goggles and your floaties too. Tune in to our show, we got stuff for you. Poolside chats to aquatic news. Only Pools Podcast, you can't refuse. We teach you how to clean, how to keep it clear. The best pool stories that you'll ever hear. From summer fun to maintenance prep. Only Pools Podcast, we're your best bet. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with